it will observe like all the Solanaceae family, like it's called the Atropa belladonna, angles of trumpet, Atropina, scopolamine combinations. You'll get it. It is all come the plants actually. Mild stimulation to the muscle paralysis. You got the ganglion blocker actually. To give the ganglion blockers, and it is a curare. Curare when I come in the northeast, especially the you get to explore the northeast. Yes, curare is there. Even some tribal communities using the curare in especially the part of the Arunachal Pradesh and end of the Arunachal, you give the many curative plants actually. It is give the respiratory failure and cause the death. They are using the actually hunting the species. They are giving this curare actually. Tobacco like Stinconas family like curare, blue-green alga and anatoxins. This blue-green alga, one of the particular bloom actually. If you go to the Japanese or Japan regions in Pacific Oceans, you'll get this. Suddenly, you'll get this some flow or some flood of the line many type alga. It is given the red or the blue types color, and they have it's a dangerous poison. It is known as anatoxins. Like aberrant behavior, like excitable muscle weakness, death, like Australian US plants is many there. I given the two photographs actually. One is called the Bimaki gauge actually. Basically it is giving the some types of hallucinogens and give the lethargenics. This is what are you telling you, the red alga actually, red bloom actually. This late bloom have the many toxins. It is including the toxins like anatoxins, chondrotoxins. You'll get this one, and they all have the heavy LD50, means a lower LD50. It can take the with the some microgram can take the life. So seizures like water hemlock mild family give stimulation like headache, confusion, hallucinogens, mushrooms like Amanita family. In Amanita poisons in northeast is a very common. The people do not understand, or because even in Delhi, you are in entire multiple of the cities actually, you get the bottom mushroom. The people saying, oh, local people using the some mushroom, they cannot, sometimes they could not get the identify. So Amandita is one of the hepatic failure mushrooms, and that is a peas, red alga. It is all comes in the stimulations types of your observation. Like another stimulation, coffee and most widely consumed by the in the world. That is also a fantastic stimulant. Dermatitis has a dermal effect in plant toxin targeted to dermal system in the different systems is very less. But yes, one toxin is there. It is known as the T2 toxins. It is called. It is not that the plant toxin. It is a fungal toxin basically. And tritetrol, it is can through penetrate in the skin even. If you are the in the cloths also, if this toxin is put in the cloth, that will be go to the diffuse in the your skin, and skin get the you are getting the systemic circulations. In this toxin is used in especially the Gulf War. Gulf, it's called the Gulf War syndrome toxin basically, and many places it is used in warfare systems. So check allergic dermatitis, cashew, bulf mediated hyacinth, many like tulips will get the many like allergic dermatitis is caused to come. Even catharandine, the catharanthus also give the allergic dermatitis. Like mugwort, that grasses mediated, that is the grasses is like the antibody mediated grasses you'll observe. Attractive in the pollen sniffers like sneeze and runny eyes, like oxalate crystal coated with the inflammatory proteins. It has got the contact dermatitis. Contact dermatitis orally also to keep in the swelling and anti-inflammation, pain, stinging, sensitization, dumb cane, and also you will get it on like nettles like urine, that urea on the category dermatitis toxins you'll get. Cardiovascular is one of the target for any one toxins. So cardiac glycosides, you know the like foxglove, digitalis purpurea from the BFARM we are reading it. Squill, it is likely the contain glycosides that are similar to the digitalis. Heart knobs with the AV node, AV node to the antivestibular node to the SA node. This blockage of nerve impulse like many plant will get lily, harbor, rhododendron, alkaloids, aconitum, gynotoxins, and in concentrating gynotoxin is concentrated honey you'll observe. Like vasoconstriction, like mild, that is a mystodon, and toxin is called the pyridoxine actually observes. GI nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea, like California buckthorn, scattered box is called. Horses chestnut, poyut, that is also giving the nausea, vomiting. Antibiotic like lily family, glossy lily, curious, maybe apple, colchicine is giving the antibiotic. Lectin toxicity like nausea, diarrhea, headache, confusion, dehydrations, and death is a common. Like Wisteria, castor beans, ricin is one of the warfare toxins. It is importance in the warfare as basically block the protein synthesis. Now, plant toxins target hepatobiliary. I have told you, that is a poison mushrooms you will observe in northeast many here, and I also isolated many toxin from this particular from the mushrooms, and you will get the widely available in the entire northeast actually. Hepatitis like and cirrhosis like pyrogelatin alkaloids attacks on the liver vessels, liver cancers producing toxin like fungus, peanuts. You will observe generally called sometimes that is called mycotoxins. The mycotoxins on the produce liver cancers like walnut, aflatoxins. Yes, aflatoxin A, B, C, D in four category. A, B is a very dangerous. It is produced by the fungus in the poorly stored grain. Liver failure and death cap. It is amantadine. I have told you. Anatoxins and paratotin is another two toxins are using. So now we have come somewhat research. We are giving the many information to you about the toxins one. So one is the plant toxins. We are using in particular our systems. Any during warfare systems, if you go to the chemical warfare, in the chemical warfare, one of the most target is your synaptic cleft. That is your sinus actually, the neurotransmitter. The neurotransmitter, there is acetylcholine and your acetylcholine in adrenaline, basically the two balanced neurotransmitter. In these cases, if you go to the particular immediately you can expose for the any chemical toxins. Now, if you come in the immediately of chemical toxins or chemical types of your neurotoxins, it is using mostly sumansarin, VX, V5 is all are come the neurotoxins. In these cases, only the one antidote that is called the auto-injector systems. But it's a golden time, so very short. You are getting only 16 seconds to the 30 seconds you will get it, and you have to take the shot immediately. It is nothing but your atropine with the pump. In the right side of the picture, you will observe that is in particular dosage form. This is already in the cartridge fills injectable. It is very invasive type dosage form, short acting, and prepared using frequency. I can ask, I can using my knowledge after the when come in the system, a transdermal diffusion in the transdermal systems and transdermal diffusion system. In the in my institute, wherein in DIPSAR, the transdermal patches in transdermal have the very good, many research is done they have. Now it is come the non-invasive type, doses form, long acting and single dosing frequency, where, particularly, if you go there, transdermal forms, whatever the chemicals is using here, the PAM, that is a paladoxins and atropine, this dosage forms is transferred to the transdermal diffusions forms. Yes, the transdermal, whatever you are using, some different modifications, they have the own diffusing like your membrane. After the pressing, that drugs come out easily. It is only the manufacturer is a 3M in the world, and 3M is given to the particular filter and also their system, the reservoir systems. Let's will come the toxins category. I have told you anatoxins. It is known as VFDF, very fast death factor. The LD50 of the anatoxins is only 0.03 microgram per kilowatt. Can you understand what the toxin dose? If you get this, compare with the snake venom, the anatoxins is the one, or in the snake venom like Cobra Viper or branded crate, the rating is 8. So you can ask what is the anatoxin the doses and how much that is in toxics. So we are getting the challenge with the particular, this is our challenge toxins, whereas the loaded of the, that is the precast transdermal was in the pre-therapeutic doses. And I told you that any warfare systems, acetylcholine esterase, one of the, if acetylcholine is there, then acetylcholine will be blocked in choline and acetate. That is in a post-cyanatic regions or post-cyanatic target. If you the block actually, then acetylcholine, if the acetylcholine is a block by the post one, so naturally there will be increasing the acetylcholine. Naturally, the warfare in system, then you increase acetylcholine, muscle paralysis, flaccid, and ultimately the death will be there. So our aim was that we are trying to get in acetylcholine concentrations to easily go to the metabolisms, and we are increasing the concentrations of the in cases of anatoxin level. In that is a mode of action of the anatoxins. Anatoxins is giving to the if you get the block, then acetylcholine esterase one, and naturally acetylcholine will increases, that anatoxin getting the post-therapeutic target, acetylcholine not get one. So I have told you the particularly the death one. So this is the one mice actually in the front of you. We are giving the one with the doses of anatoxins, and how fast these anatoxins act, you can see. Now, back to you, back. Just hold on, sir. So I mean to say, after giving the anatoxins, giving the only the few minutes to take this death, actually, it takes only 5 to 15 seconds. I observe this much doses is sufficient. This is known as the WBP apparatus. We generally injected the in the from the your respiration systems. Other we can inject in the IV route. Their cannulation route. Now, basically, this is a fabric acids matter. Acerine and phycostigmins, we are from the sigma we got. Protomam, that is P2 to P2 PAM, that is we get the sigma 1. Durotac, that is 3287287, we got it from, that is in US, that is also in sigma. Durotac 872835, that is one of the pressure sensitive adhesives. Direct Durotac supplied to us. That is a release liner, and is the backing membrane is giving to the us for the three membrane. So basically diamatrix, and we are loaded the drug in here. Now, if you go to the pre-formulation studies, is everything is fine. There is nothing we will get any observations in a bad observation, like in after the even the IR, DSC data and XRD, I have not got detail. Now, main thing on the challenging studies, where you know to how to challenge actually. Now, control group is giving the 89% of the non-natural saline or normal saline, and toxin we are not giving, because any challenging dose you are giving, then generally 2 LD50 you are using, otherwise 1.5 LD50 you are using. So what is the LD50 dose is there, generally we get the 2 times in higher actually to getting the more challenging dose actually. And no clinical observation is there. We are using the only the 3 mice actually, 3 rat which are using the all are survived. Now, toxin treated groups, that is one, that is LD50 of LD50 1, LD50 1.5 and 2. In these cases, each groups we are using the 3 animals, and if you get it, all had been died. So death of time almost 4.63 minutes to 3.01, means LD50 1 2 times, death time was only 3 minutes. So we are not getting any survivability. The like common syndrome, like in neurotoxin, like convulsions, tremors, gasping, latency followed by twitching, tachycardia, paralysis, we'll all will get it. Violent one spasms, and yes, antivasculant effect score will get the 5, and anti your hypertension goes to the 6. So we're getting all animals that died. Now, after giving the prophylactic dose, before the giving the the particular drugs one, we are giving at least in half an hour, 40 minutes before we are giving to the all toxins, before the giving the toxins. So while giving the your transdermal is already giving to the rats. So in these cases, if you get the total time patch attentions in the hour, actually 72 hours data we are giving to you in the front of you. That is clinical observations. Yes, animals was survived in 1 LD50 and 1.5 LD50. Whereas in 2 LD50 you are not get any animals survive, and all animal go to the death one. So time to the death is increasing. That is, we are getting the 97.43 minutes. And anticonvulsive effect score is 444 was there. There's a neuroprotective score also in the 4. In the doses like mild tremors, gasping, fasciculations, you'll observe, wherein 1.5 does the tremor, gasping, and fasciculations, ptosis, and the spasms you observe. Where in a death we are getting all the data is there. Now, basically, that is ECG profiles of the all animals, including the blood pressures, and how this changing actually. Generally, in these cases, we generally in the animals is giving, we are getting the all the catheters and the probes is there. Now the needle probes is there. So you observe that what is the changing on the animals by the ECG or the BP or their particular the heart rate actually. So now another important factor is any neurotransmitters, either what is the nerve conduction velocity, NCV it is called sometimes. And when you are evaluating any neurotoxins and presence of any antidotes, So this is, we are in the first photographs, we are observing, this is one, that is one nerve actually. This is, we are taking the incitic nerves actually. We are taking the nerves actually. This nerve, this is called the nerve velocity, conductance velocity. This is basically operated by the amplifier, or the biamplifier is there. This nerve we are giving, are put in here. Generally, in these cases, there is a control one. If you get the electric stimulus, you will give it how much time to the tweeting one. So we are getting the stimulation here, and you will getting the teaching one, that is a volt one, and that is as a MB is generally the millivolt measures. In the death now you are not getting anything. But after treating with these animals with the TDS, that is a transdermal one, if you're getting the control as well as your treated groups at the 1.51, you will get the nerve impulse. Means this nerve is active and nerve is not died. So generally we are getting the nerve conduction velocities compared with this treatment as well as non treatment. This is a non-treatment group where you will not get the any velocity, whereas the treatment group will get the velocities. This is a biopsy, that is your simple, that is in basically zone of the parotid or the parathyroid organs. Will get the prophylactic transdermal patches. This is the gyrus and cyrus position. There is all the gyrus is going to the damaged one. Many neuroglial cells you will observe, but it is one that is basically C is a treatment one is a control. If you the comparing, you will get it almost same. Though the gap is between the particularly the limbic and the pons positions, actually you are getting the very high, it is a very low one. This is all the neuronal cell. But if you go to the death animals and the died animals, we'll getting them very degranulations, de-aberrations in neural cells you'll observe. Basically skin one, this is one skin photographs where the actually animals injected through particular in an anatoxins. Well, not only that, next we will go to the what is the kinetics comes. We treated with that after the treatment, what is the kinetic will be tell, and what is the changing of the kinetics we can get it. So we are do all the radio imaging studies, and generally the one is the best one TC99M, but TC99M generally now we are not using now, because TC99M have the half life is very low actually. It is half lives only if you get the half life, you get a 6-year data, 6-hour data you can get. But if you're asking for the 32 hours data, 48 hours data, TC90M 99 cannot give. Technetium 99 metastable can not give this radio nuclide. However, if you go to the kinetics one, 0 watts, see the all data is inside the heart, right? Up means so all data is come in the 0 watt. There is a serine, and that is the 2 pump. If you get the 2, I have told you that is the 2 doses is there. If you get the 2 combination dose, 1 patch is not cannot do, because no marker is there inside there. So in 0 watts, if you get it all in eccentric particular in the heart, because all the blood in come the heart. 2 hours, that is all the diffusion is takes place. 4 hours, yes, some portions is observed in the renal circulation. Means renal excretion is going on, where in 6 hours renal observation is much more found accurate. In 12 hours, yes, renal excretions of the drugs actually there. And if you do the kinetic studies, it is almost the release pattern you observe almost 12 hours giving the protections particular after 1 dose. Means if you get our soldiers can get is the transdermal diffusers, this TDS in the warfare systems actually, they can be protected almost 12 hours from any chemical warfare system or the any neurotoxin basically, just including the patch one. After is a movement, after the if you come to the particular zone, you can just peel off the patches and you will get it the normalized. Where in the 2PAM, a 2PAM is observed, fantastic. The elimination was observed in the 12 hours. Is almost all the drugs is going to the eliminate one. Yes, we have done many publications of this one. Around we get some publications, including the European Journal of Pharmacology, International Journal of Toxicology. Many publications we got. And yes, we have got patents also. We are writing the patent, and we have the hold the patent number also. It is a granted patent in us in the Ministry of Defense Research Development Organizations, because scientist is only the inventor, but authority is a DG of DRDO. And many publications we got. Now second plants, it is the mucin-appearances. Mucin-appearances is one of the same, it can giving the fantastic itching one. Sir, from audience side you are getting or not, I do not know, sir. Hello? Hello? But
Sir, you are audible. There is no issue.
sir,
We
nice,
can
sir.
hear you properly. Yeah.
It's all are silent. I don't know, sir. Just I am
No,
telling.
no, they have been muted. They have been muted, sir. If there are
Uh,
questions, they will raise their hands and they will ask you.
Sir, nothing worries. The end of all the presentation. I am ready to give. I'll be very
Yeah,
happy
sure,
to
sir,
answer
sure.
all the
Yeah,
questions.
okay. Thank you,
And
sir.
milk appearance is one of the it is sometimes known as the nuisance plants actually. But you know their string, the hair strings is dangerous one. If you get it, this hair string in contact, a continuous itching will be observed. I do not know the Hindi. It is called the kawach actually. You know, in Assamese is the bandar kekua, and you are in abundance will observe. Basically this is a mikuna one, right? This is a mikuna is one of the this is basically a string actually. This string can be used, you know, if you go to the actual dermal irritations in the 24 hours, control groups you will not get it anything. But if you go to the mucuna, adding the mucuna second and third groups basically, you will observe the strong irritation. You will getting the very strong irritations of the mucuna one, and moderate to the severe irritations at 72 hours. So the P2 value is almost 5, whereas coming 7.33. And skin sensitization of the mucuna is very high. That is the intense of the your skin irritations. You got it, and skin sensitization in the guinea pig actually, it is also in very high in the mucuna. So yeah, that's only the thing given the only share with the data with the histo actually. Basically, this is the control groups after the expose of F1 and F2. F2 is a very high dose. F1 yes, the dermatitis and the degranulations of the particular tissue, and yes, vesicles ruptures will observe in F1 F2 positions. This means the irritations is persist particular chemicals one. Second one, one of the biggest we got the success, the exploding of these capsaicins. That is also not the plant toxin; it is a plant metabolites. But in northeast, one of the biggest means pungent of the particular variety is the wood jolokia. It is almost a 10,000 Scoville unit, and this is can be explored in very good in the mob control. Mucuna also we are planning to get in the mob control. Still the research is going on, and our data is not so much that we can come to the claim that is can be used now it itself. But people we have done almost many trials. It is also in accepted by the Indian forces, and it is in using actually. Now, if you go the receptor studies, there is a TRPV-M8 and TRPV-A1, TRPV-1, ETA by ETV2 receptor. Generally, mast cells is first degenerated when comes in the capsaicins in your skin actually. The mast cell degeneration, burning of the itching, and the burning of the purities is a main thing in the skin. What is the eye, ocular systems? Eye is giving the one of the most target because eye has the one of the TPRV1 and TPRV2 dominancy, and TPRV and TPRV is an agonist basically, and these vanilloid receptors are giving the very big hit to the capsaicins and transited to the heat response and giving the means giving the secretions of the tears, and the people can run away. Yes, we have done in the anti-riot agents. This I told you that is, sometimes you are not getting very good data from TC99. That's why nowadays we are applying for the fluoro tagging. Tagging we are give the any chemicals, and let's we will go to the what is the diffusion. So our aim was that capsaicin should be sprayed to the animals, and that animals should be should be there inside it should not be distributed whole the body systems. But 0 hours, if you go to the 0 minute, you will get the the entire doses is inside. They're all in mouth portions, and whereas in 15 minutes you will get some doses come in the heart. 30 minutes, yet some larger amount of going to the heart. In 45 minutes, now it is coming the glottis. That is one of the major finding. That's why if you do the high dose capsaicins or mircha with you, and you will get is some irritations in the larynx actually. And this is, you will observe the larynx is going to the lungs as well as in glottis. That is in toxicity is there. These publications we recently got in toxicology and applied pharmacology. Now, this is with that combinations with what is the change in the cardiovascular systems. Now, if we get to the cardiovascular systems, this is the ECG of particular presence of there is a control groups as well as in the exposed groups. That is a heart rate. If you the heart rate one, if you the changing the heart rate, yes, the heart rate was initially is very high after the exposures, and later on you'll getting the after there is a 10% exposures, that is a heartbeat is going to the lower down. If you the exposing the if you there in expose around 2% OC, means that is in oleoresin capsaicins, the heart rate is coming on 400 something. So this is a heart rate basically. That is a QRS complex. We are getting the all the pictures of the particular ECG. What is a QRS complex is coming on? It is a QRS complex is giving that is a marker one. So in cases of the control groups, you will observe same actually, but if you the increasing one, the QRS complex also going to the changing. So QT and PR also go to the changing. So yes, after the exposures of the capsaicins, yes, the heart rates also that is, but the ECG profile also get the changes one. Not we are limiting to the ECGs actually. We are getting the what is the of the changing of the your Doppler one. What is the blood flow actually parameter? So this is a control goats. But in Doppler study, we are getting the somewhat we are getting this all in the normal one. If it's the 2% oleoresin capsaicins, we'll get the some intense of your cardiac influx. You will get it. So with the picturized, this is in actually blood flow, right? This is the control groups. So blood flow is almost normal actually. But if you get the 2%, the blood flow becomes the linear blood flow observes. 6% you'll get how much blood flow, the fluxing of the blood flow is observed. What is in 10% of the OC? That is a tricuspid, and that is a bicuspid, valve one. This is changing is observed, and getting this is a data actually, and that is a 1 hour post expository data. Increasing the concentrations, you are getting the blood flow, and 24 exposures. This is particular graph in the carotid artery. So changing of the eye, basically changing in the eye we observe also. That is all ocular microscope you are used here, and one is called sample by the diffusions by using the particular dye, fluorescence dye, and using the slit lamp basically. Basically, this is one is a control groups, and that is one of the antagonist of the that is a cannabinoid receptors. One antagonist, vanillin receptor is one. The vanillin receptors one antagonist to the capsaicins you are using here. Now, 2 is your cap 1. This is using the macula and some of infiltration you observe. In picture number 3, it is giving the CPZ. That is your capsijepine actually. It is purely antagonist. This macula formation in the capsaicin you not observe. Means 2 groups had the macula formation is observed in the presence of the capsaicins, while 3 were not observed. And the four groups is basically the and against the you are giving the antagonist, and as well in the capsaicins you are in observed that is a normalized in the compared to the one actually. And this is a diffusion. More diffusions means more your fluidity actually. So if you get the more diffusions means the fluidity is less one actually. So this is the fluidity is very high. So you get that's why the dye is coming out. We get injecting the dye in particular the retroorbital. So dye study we have done. This is actually also we get the publications in recently in that is in I think it is in opinion of the current opinion in pharmacy. Correct. Now this is actually study of the fundus studies. It is done in rabbit actually. This is first one group is a control one. Second group is a capsaicin. Second is a capsaicin. Third one is third and is second is a control. Third one is a capsaicin. Third and fourth is a capsaicin, and fifth and sixth is the that is capsijepine, that is the antagonist of the capsaicins, and eighth one the capsaicins and cap actually. So number 1 is a retinal layer, the conjugate form retinal pigmentations, and outer nuclear layer will get the clearly observed. After exposing to the 3 and 4 that are capsaicins, see this is changing of the both this group is the maculing positions of the outer nuclear positions is observed, some deformities is observed. And for 5th, 6th, and if you get to the outer plexus forms also there. 5th is fifth there's nothing would change you observe, but 6th and 7th the same, the plexus, the reducings of this particular ocular changes is observed. Second, B is particular histopathology of this particular all the your eyes. There is a control groups at the retinal positions 1, 2, 3, 4 are the marked. and the capsaicins giving the much more changing of particular the equilibrium positions, and that is E is the diffusing of the particular retinal positions also there. CPG is the antagonist, you are not getting any observation, and capsaicin against the antagonist is giving the significant effect and changing the protections of the eyes from the capsaicin, this one. So now that is a coherence studies. Ocular coherence we are also done in the particular in the systems. Though if you get to the cornea, that is a thickness is normal one, that is a 3.58. After the capsaicin, the thickness was increased. Increase the capsaicin, that is a 437. And after the capsaicin, the thickness was somewhat similar, you know. And but if you the capsaicin and capsaicin increase, giving the two combination dose, the 415 micrometer is observed. It is similar, it is lesser than 436. Means this is as protected one the particular exposures. And if you get to the particular the ocular like a retina one, if you get to the retina, it is a corneal position, it is a retinal positions. See the changing of the thickness one, that is again the capsaicins and capsaicins. And if you increase the capsaicin concentration 441, whereas in the capsicin you are using, you are reducing the 418, wherein capsicin and capsaicin are 42427. So capsaicins have a fantastic effect on the capsaicins, so giving the very good antagonist effect of the capsaicins. Same as if you go to the HE CPI cell, that is a humans, it is a humans, your epithelial cell particular, the eye cells one, the ocular cells. In this case, the SCPI2, the observe the SCPI2 versus this one will get you the fantastic viability, while as the cell divisions is observed in the particular presence of the capsaicin. So capsaicin had a very good antagonist against the capsaicin exposures. Although in the ocular, in the chest X-rays also, in the chest also, this is basically if you get the normal one, it is an exposed one, and it is giving this after the exposure of the capsaicins, we are getting the very cloudy masses in the particular lungs positions. So I have told you that is another thing is very important to ask what is the velocity of the nerve in using the capsaicin in the ocular systems. Basically, this is an ocular nerve of a rat actually, and this is a put the nerve conduction velocity. This is all the electron microscope image of this one. This is exposure of the capsaicins. You will decrease your nerve conduction velocity because inflammations of the nerve is there. So this is also one of the changing in electron microscope data. You will get it one. Clouding one to the one, the masses is formation is observed. And both cases, if you observe that using the capsaicins can be reducing the nerve implants and giving the painful ones. And same is some diffusions actually. The capsaicins is still to the point to the 0 to the 240 minutes. Now I've told you, when you're exposing in the if you remember the first figures one, where you're exposing the capsaicins, you will not control the capsaicin towards in mice as one. That can be distributed throughout entire of the systems. But when you get to the gelling form of the any antidote, if given to the eye, so this is the capsaicins with the gel, capsaicin and capsaicin gel combinations. You will get it the combinations, that is the 0 minute, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, and later on. But this drugs is not distributed to the entire systems. And eye is the one the target, and from the eye only the doses is there. Second group is a CAM study. If you go to the growth factor, what is the nerve conduction? Is that the growthing of the particular vesicles? If you go to the CAM assay, the effect to control the VGF, you are using the control group, the VGF is the enhancer of the particular vascular growth, and the capsaicins inhibiting the growth of the vascular growth, where then capsaicin giving initiating the growth. So capsaicin and capsaicin is a fantastic antagonist. So only one receptor pathway just I am describe you. Still, it is unpublished data we have. This is the control groups where the DIPSAR we are observed, and what is the TLR? That is a toll-like receptor 7 we are actually targeting, and toll-like receptor 4 actually we are targeting. So I'm sorry, this is the TLR 7 actually. So control groups is observed. This expression is there, and TLR 7 is expressions also there. But see the expressions level up to the 10% exposure. The 10% exposure TLR exposure is very high. And if you march between the two photographs, that is the DAPI and the TLR7, you will get is the many cells is still expresses the TLR7. So capsizepines can be targeted in the TLR7 also. That can be do in the in polyresin capsaicins we can do very well studies that is can be easily can describe one. So this is basically our many formulation. That is the many types of. I've told you this is should be a, that is a chili grenade. This is a capsule grenade. This is the paper ball grenade. This is the paper stream. Where you are all are using in the Indian forces as well as any law enforcement agencies, and in hostage situations can be used. This particular stream of the capsaicins, and we are trial many places, including the rapid action force and your Delhi police, Bihar police, entire the pan of India, and how can protect and how the mob can be changed and the mob control can be done. We can done very well of this particular studies, but everything in the scientific data, see this is exposure of the capsaicins. Exposures means the stream of the capsaicin will giving to the forces how much they are affected. So this is also we are studied in many way. We are get the many success. We are getting the this capsaicins can giving the good study of we are getting the one terrorist in a live terrorist. We are given one. We can captured in the JNK. That is it is that is organic and less toxicity, effective in any climatic, including the rain. What tear gas cannot be used in the particular rain. Onset of action easy to handle and can operate without cannon. It is a non-explosive. Now the second part, how you have got the fungal toxins. It's very, I've got 3-4 slides already. We have covered almost 45-46 seconds. So animal studies with fungal toxins. I have done many studies actually. We have in the fungal toxins. Many toxins is there, and all have the some effective, some is not the effective. In particular the warfare, the T2 is one of the important toxins which can be used in very good into the screen actually. Otherwise, the aflatoxins have the LD50 is not very, LD50 is very high, but take the time so. But this is have no importance toxins which can be used, cannot be explored easily, but T2 can be explored in very easily. This is the exposure T2 toxins in the guinea pig. When you expose the T2 toxins, how this changing in the guinea pig, you can change it. You can observe. So we have done that is the T2 toxins. If you go to the toxicity of the fungal toxins, T2 and HT2 is very high. If you go to the nivalinol, diaginol, deoxynivalenol, and devoxynivalenol, and T2 is one of the greatest toxins actually. So the chromosomal aberrations will go to studies, particular what is the T2 toxin changing. There is a normal chromosome. If you get extending the T2 toxins, how they changing in the chromosomes. So getting the mainly meiosis cells, and they'll get easily fragmented. Basically, T2 toxins you are exposing to the, now I told this toxin can easily penetrate to the dermal layer. So exposing to the dermal layers, we getting the changing of the your cardiovascular systems. We will observe in, and is also published in the, I think in the in one of the journal, that is Toxicology and Industrial Health. So this is the particular effect on the T2 toxin in the heart, like the body weight changing, and T2 toxin groups, how much changing is that is heart to the body weight ratio. If the T2 toxin is 0.281, that is in high in the 0.3342. And this is where the histopathology of T2 toxin, the necrosis, congestion, signings of the inflammations observed in T2 toxin exposure and histo. Whereas in normal, we are not getting any, so much changing. Thank you so much for your coming. Thank you for giving me opportunity to talk with you, sir. And before the end of the studies, I'll get the 2 fantastic slides I can share with you. That is a recorded one.
Animals are often used to find treatments for human disease.
Hello.
These mice are
Sir?
Alzheimer's disease.
Sir, just hold on, sir. If you go to the I'll give the 2 slides to you.
Alzheimer's disease.
Yeah.
Small video.
No, I think you have to close this presentation and open the next window. You have to share the window now. Active window you have to share. Please check that.
Sir, tell me, sir.
Yes, still we are seeing your presentation, sir. Video is not visible.
Okay, sir. Now you are getting you are getting the slides, sir.
Yes, slides we are getting, sir. Slides we are getting. Video was not visible.
We are not getting the, sir, video graphs, na? Just hold on.
Video was not visible. I think you have to close the presentation, and if you have saved them somewhere, then directly you can open it from that folder. That will be visible.
Okay, sir. Sorry, just hold on, sir.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, DIPSAR. With this one.
Animals are often used to find treatments for human disease. These
Now
mice
we're
are
getting,
being
sir?
used to mimic.
No, still it is not visible. I think there will be some time lag. You have to just enlarge that video, maximize this window size.
Voice
Okay.
is coming.
So,
Yeah,
so I
voice only is
already,
coming.
sir, close my, sir, presentations. You can ask me if you the permit from your, sir, Patil sir has permitted, you can do, you can ask me anything, sir, of this particular presentation.
Okay, meanwhile, we will be checking whether the video works and it is visible or not. We can take some questions from the audience meanwhile, sir, by the time the video is visible.
Sir.
Yeah.
Sir, you are getting my voice, no, sir?
Yeah, we are getting.
Yeah, it is happening. Yeah, you're audible. You're audible. Yeah. Hello.
Sir.
Sir, you please just try to share once.
Sir.
Whatever active windows are there, after clicking on the share button, you will be seeing multiple windows there, multiple files there. In whichever window that video is on, you just click on that window so that the video will be visible to us.
Sir, any question from your side, sir? Your side, sir?
Yeah, from audience, if there are questions, you can just unmute yourself and please see that one person asks a question at a time. Okay, please.
Hello.
Sir, what are you asking, sir? Sir, tell me, sir.
Can you listen to me?
Sir, I am getting you, sir.
Okay, sir. These particular plant chemicals, how
Sir,
they are plant toxins.
Sir, I am student from you, sir. Sir, tell me, sir.
Sir, that life is over. Now we are sailing in the same boat. Now, actually, I wanted to make an understanding. You are working so much on the plant toxins as well as fungal toxins. And in what way these particular toxins will be exploited to warfare, or they will be assigned as a warfare strategy?
Sir, you are telling us somewhat, bitter truth, sir. Before that, if you starting my presentation, I told you the sugar can be very fantastic toxins. If you get the high dose to the given to the diabetic patient, sir, right, sir? Right, sir. We are in the whatever in the same line. We are telling that these toxins can be used in the pharmaceutical applications for the drug discovery, as well as that can be doing any nuisance actually, sir.
No, since you are there in the DRDO, I am just asking like that. Are there having any warfare application also?
Sir, it is not like that, sir. Only for the warfare we are not telling, because you are getting only the protections or antidote actually, sir.
Okay.
Only for the antidote we are searching, sir, and not directly to the warfare actually, sir, because it is a provided, sir, from the Geneva Conventions. We cannot do the any warfare, sir.
Yeah, we do not know that protocol as well as.
Sir.
Okay, any other questions from the audience? Mittal, do you have any question? Mittal Dalal? Okay. All right, sir. There is one question from my side.
Sir, please, sir.
This is, just now you mentioned about TLR7, TLR4, these kind of receptors. To what extent these plant constituents are acting on that? Because this TLR and all are targets, TLR4 particularly is target for LPS.
Sir.
Yeah.
No, sir.
How about TLR7 and all, are they targets for this plant metabolites, plant secondary metabolites?
Somewhat you are incorrect actually, sir. If you go to the pure metabolites or the pure isolated metabolites, any from the plant origin, sir, yes, you will get the receptor expressions. I've told you the capsaicins, even the purest forms of you're getting the any chili actually. So capsaicin, dihydrocapsaicin in the both combinations is there, but capsaicin we in the purify one. So they are giving the TLR4 actually. TLR7 is justifiable approach for the any inflammation studies of the any if you go to the any LPS inductions, because TLRS is one of the modulator in a particular central positions of the P53. So TLR and TRB7 and the actinolytic pathway is very close. Yes, maybe the TLR7 can be expressed in the inflammation cases of the pure compound. But sir, in the plant, if you go to the crude compound, it is very difficult to get the pharmacology expression. Sir. But where you will get in the TLR4, we take in the pure compound, sir, that is the capsaicin only, sir. Capsaicin as well as capsicin actually, sir. Both cases, sir.
It was really interesting to listen to you, sir. Very nice studies.
Sir, you are from, sir?
I am from DIPSAR now. I have joined as a new professor here.
Yeah, that time I could not get. Only sir is there with us.
No problem, sir. Yeah, just a couple of weeks I have joined here.
Manju ma'am, very good afternoon, ma'am. Vas ma'am is there, and she is also my teacher. Manju madam, very good afternoon, ma'am.
Madam, you have to unmute yourself. Vas madam, you are not unmuted.
I think, madam.
Now.
Good afternoon, Dr. Chattopadhyay. Very happy to see you here.
Ma'am, thank you.
After a long gap.
No, ma'am. This time, my assessment was there. I was staying in your guest house, sir. I taking the all, breakfast to the Bodla sir home. Thank you so much, ma'am. You are giving me invitations to come out, sir, and I am really grateful to you all, sir.
We are also grateful to you. You have given such a nice presentation to our delegates. They are also teachers.
I know, ma'am. All are the teachers who are teaching somewhere, sir. That is a QIP. That time also do the same QIP program.
Yes.
Right, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Very much involved in that QIPs.
Yes, ma'am. Myself also involved that time. In a whole night you have to work in institute.
Yes. So I request.
Sorry to interrupt, ma'am. Hello. Ma'am, I think Dr. Nilesh Solanki has some questions. He's raising hands again.
Then he can ask. He can ask.
I don't know. I think he's not unmuted.
Yes, who want to ask question?
Yeah, Nilesh Solanki, you have to unmute yourself first. Dr. Nilesh Solanki, you unmute yourself and ask your question.
Dr. Nilesh.
Hello.
Okay.
Good afternoon.
Please,
good afternoon to Dr. P. Chattopadhyay, sir.
Yeah.
It was a very informative and nice presentation. Sir, I had a question regarding the radiopharmacokinetic aspect that you have mentioned. Can you elaborate about the some detailed method of for the same in one of the paper that you have mentioned?
Actually, what happened, Dr. Nilay, pharmaceuticals, only technetium, TCM generally use. In radiopharmaceutical, generally what happens? First we take the molecules one. If the molecules have electrons, or like nitrogen's compound, nitroso compound, imine compound, they have immediately to coordination, your electron you'll get it. So these types, the tagging with the technetium is a very easy one. But if you have not getting the good groups actually there, though I am not the pure man of the chemistry one. Actually, if you get not the free electrons, the tagging is very difficult in these cases. So in this case, the derivations of your molecules have to done. You can immediately do the complexations. If you get the tagging by your counter is giving them some count, Then you can go to the injected to your animals. Then the dosimetry you will study. You can go by your scanning study you can go. And technetium 99 metastabil almost they're giving 8 to 12 hours their half life. After the 2 to 8 hours you will get a fantastic result. Then 12 hours you will not get it sometimes. So 8 hours study, if you get the monitoring you will get it. But if you tend that if he not there, then you will not get in the 8 to 12 hours study. You cannot get, sir. I think that's why you are better if in my advice, if you get to the fluorotype studies, nowadays the non-radio isotopic matter is also there. The many dye is there that can give the ultimate, maybe the 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours study can get it, sir.
And is there any interaction with the drug, this radiopharmaceutical, or any dye,
Sir,
interacting with any herbal?
Sir, dye has the fantastic interactions. If you the pure compound with you, yes, yes. If you get the pure compound, you can give the fantastic result there. You can easily ligate with the this one your any fluorotech compound. And many fluorotech compounds is there. It get the long very half life is very high, and that's why you're getting the why you're exposing the radioisotopes also. It is not so easily you can handle. You get the many permissions also required.
Yes. Ethical constraints are also there.
Many ethical considerations there. That's why you get all the fluorotech. But fluorotech is a costly affair.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. It was very informative.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the informative session. Now, I would like to request Dr. C.R. Patil, sir, to kindly felicitate Dr. Chattopadhyay and ask Mrs. Manju Vyas, ma'am, to kindly share e-certificate.
Yeah, respected Dr. Chattopadhyay, sir, on behalf of...
I am the always student, sir. You are the
yeah. That is your love and affection for this your alma mater, sir.
Sir.
So, on behalf of the organizing committee of this QIP, on behalf of directors of DIPSAR and DIPSAR, Dr. R.K. Goyal, sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor of DIPSAR, and all other teachers who have just mentioned, and you have shown a great respect to all of them. From this whole team of DIPSAR family, as a token of our affection and love for you, we are presenting this e-certificate to you as a token of our love, sir. And this is a new normal that has come up, and we're trying to cope up with it. Please accept our this token of love, sir. Please.
Sir, thank you so much. I think Dr. B.N. Sinhas have also trying to join.
Yeah, he has joined, and he is asking whether you are from DRDO and yeah.
But all sir also. Right, sir. Sir, thank you so much, sir. So if you tell me that I can leave my room, I'm thankful to all, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Chattopadhyay.
Thanks a lot, sir. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for sparing time.
Thank you, Chattu.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Good afternoon, Dr. Sinha.
Anushma?
Thank you. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to request Patil, sir, to kindly introduce our next guest lecturer.
Okay. Very warm welcome to Dr. Barijan Sinha, sir. Now, in this second session of the second day, we're having a veteran academician, an administrator, and a researcher who will be sharing his experience and his expertise about leadership with us. This is something interesting and a new requirement that is coming up at national level institutions and all higher education institutions, and government is also taking it quite seriously now. So we are going to listen to Dr. B.N. Sinha, sir, regarding leadership in higher education. But before that, in short, I would like to go through his bio sketch. Sir is currently working as professor at BITS Ranchi. She did his PhD from BITS Ranchi, M.Pharm from PHU Varanasi, and B.Pharm from BITS Ranchi again. Respected sir has served BITS Ranchi for a very long time, more than 3 decades, 3.5 decades. He's offering his services to that great organization. Sir has published more than 120 research papers in national and international journals, and he has delivered multiple lectures on various topics at different conferences, internationally as well as in national conferences. It is really noteworthy that Sir has got 4 granted patents. Till date, he has guided more than 20 doctorate students and 72 postgraduate students. He is reviewer of several journals, national and international journals. He is recipient of a very prestigious award from IPA. Sir has visited multiple countries, just to mention few: Germany, France, Switzerland, Austria, UK, Indonesia, for different conferences as invited guest lecturer, and for some research collaborations he has been visiting these countries. Sir is also member of studies at different universities. He's chief coordinator of QIP Nodal Center at the Department of Pharmaceutical Sciences and Technology, BITS, Mesra, Ranchi. Sir is also chairman of Continuation of Education Program Committee of Pharmacy Council of India. Okay? So we are having a leader with us today, and he will be guiding the next generation of teachers regarding leadership in higher education. A warm welcome to you, respected sir. I am handing over the charge to you now. Dr. Sinha sir, please. Hello.
Sir, unmute yourself. Dr. Sinha? Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Very good afternoon to all of you.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Dr. Patil. Huh? You are Dr. Patil, I suppose.
Yeah, yes, Dr. Patil. Yeah.
Dr. C.R. Patil, right.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Actually, I got involved with Chattopadhyay. You know, Chattopadhyay has been coming to Ranchi. That's why I think he had his lecture just a few minutes back, right? Okay. So, very nice. So, should we? I mean, your participants are all teachers, I suppose?
Yes, sir, yes.
Yeah.
All teachers.
Very good. Very good. So, thank you so much. At the outset, I take this opportunity to thank your university, you call DIPSAR, right from Professor Goyal, my good friend Professor Pathak, my colleague and student Professor Okade, and I think I got mail from Madam Vyas, Madam Vyas, I suppose, yeah. So the whole QIP team, whole QIP team. So thank you so much for inviting me for this kind of interaction. Actually, friends, I tell you frankly, I have been working in the area of medicinal chemistry for last 36, 37 years. But this quality related issues, whether we call it pedagogy has been extended to leadership and so many, all in very interplayed topics. And it's so bad became that it has become my second love. And now I have become more comfortable and I keep lecturing. I keep attending. I have attended many such programs, you know. Now I focus more on attending this kind of program than medicinal chemistry due to my personal interest, you know. And that's why I thought of bringing this kind of idea among our pharma professionals. Of course, our profession is very small and sometimes, you know, accumulated in a very cornered, whether you call it Andhra or Tamil Nadu, you know, village, because I have traveled a lot of rural colleges, you know, where people don't think much about it. But this is time to go beyond the horizon and think yourself, look into yourself. That is what I wanted to emphasize upon all these. So I think I should go to my presentation, right?
Yes, sir.
I think Dr. Patil has already introduced me, so there is no point in putting this slide.
Yeah.
So I go to the next slide. This slide, you know, which I have kept entitled like leadership in higher education. My dear friends, whosoever has connected with me this afternoon, I understand as Madam and Dr. Patil told me, that all are teachers. And QIP I know because we are also one of those 10 QIP centers in Ranchi. Uh, I think Wakade has joined. Wakade, keep your mic unmuted so that at least you reciprocate. Because sometimes I start getting bewildered whether audience are listening me or not. So some reciprocation I need from you, right, Sharad?
Yes, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Sharad, thank you. So, my dear friends, what I tell you, because we have been QIP Center for last maybe 13, 14 years in Ranchi, and we are also conducting programs, young teachers, budding technocrats, they are coming, they are attending. We could assess their, what you call, background, their enthusiasm, their ambition, everything. And no doubt, I tell you vehemently, our pharma professionals, highly enthusiastic, highly enthusiastic, a lot of enthusiasm is there across the country. I have traveled more than 100 institutions in our country and of course abroad times, and I found they're very particular, they're very, what you call, devoted. So there is no, what you call, uh, this kind of drawbacks I should point out. So if a person like this, whether he or she, should be groomed, if he or she can groom himself, herself for tomorrow's education world, where your leadership character is required, your leadership personality is required. So please look into that aspect, and that is why I have connected your leadership with your pedagogical concept in this what you call presentation. I think all of you, whether you are assistant professor or associate professor or professor, everybody wants to climb up. Every day we are ambitious to do something more than what we did yesterday. So what is harm if you think that tomorrow you can become vice chancellor of your university? Tomorrow you can become principal of your college. There is no harm. So for that you have to start preparation. All of a sudden nobody will come and give you that, oh my dear friend, okay, this post is vacant, you take the post of vice chancellor, you take the post of principal. No, you will have to groom yourself. That is what a leadership is required. Leadership is a process for influencing decisions and guiding people. Once you are a leader, thousand people will be behind you. When you address a crowd of 1,000 people, how do you feel that? When you address a crowd of 100 people in your class, how do you feel that? You are a leader. So you have to look into all these things, my dear friends. And this is how we understand the role of leadership. Leadership drives the system. We all need to drive the system. And once you learn how to drive the system will bring the result. Enjoy. You will enjoy the result. So the thing is, what we have in our hand, it is our character, it is our mannerism, it is our trait. We have to upgrade, we have to groom ourselves. That is very important. Particularly, we all belong to higher education. Higher education. But many of the facts I will share in subsequent slides, that they are equally related to even kindergarten. Whether higher education or kindergarten school, primary school or secondary, you call it, many of the facts, they are applicable at all the staff. These facts are applicable to many big industries. A managing director, a president, a CEO, they need to handle people. So ultimately, it all ends up with the handling people. As higher education system continue to grow and diversify, every moment we are diversifying. Sometimes this policy, sometimes that policy. Recently, we are all discussing national education policy, its pros and cons, how it is going to take our nation ahead. Everything is there. So we need to meet key performance indicators. Besides achieving excellence in education and innovation, my dear friends, excellence and innovation. These are very fancy words. So don't take it as a fancy word. Rather, we start practicing innovation. You start practicing innovation. That is very important, and that will bring excellence in your education. In order to achieve that, what do you need? We need to train effective managers and academic leaders in very important, they are very important and urgent. So it is the duty of all senior generation people. I'm left with another 3 years to superannuate. So it is my duty, whatever I know, I must convey to my junior generation, my friends, my colleagues, my students, so that I want to see you, my dear friends, tomorrow on pinnacle. I want to see you on the zenith. That is what I wish for. So we need to train effective managers and academic leaders. When we come to leadership, we have few key factors: learn, innovate, and perform. Very important. And among the type of leadership, we have different variety of leadership, but I will restrict my discussion within academic leadership. So what I feel that all these key issues are related to three P's: our policy, our practices, and ultimately practices leads to procedure. Once you are in a position to develop a procedure, you will be remembered by the coming generation that he was such a wonderful principal, he was such a wonderful vice chancellor, that he during his tenure we did this, we did this. Now it has become a procedure, and everybody is getting fruit of that. The students are getting benefit. So you need to develop an ecosystem. What all we need to do before we develop an ecosystem, we are guided by so many day-to-day factors. What do you call industrial revolution? We are passing through industrial revolution fourth stage. Huh? It is the era when new digital technologies in physical, digital, biological worlds we are trying to employ. New technologies, what you call AI, everywhere people are shouting, crying, artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence has become the word, the fancy word in our day-to-day life. We are applying here, we are applying there, where not. Right from the kitchen to a space, robotics, internet, autonomous vehicle, bio and nanotechnology, 3D printing, all these things. It looks very strange, but this is the era where our education has to be governed, guided by these industrial revolution. Because unless we prepare ourselves, unless we prepare our student, probably will not match the requirement of the age. And how will you innovate? Then how can you innovate? So this brings us to education 4, because we are passing through this. It is the response to the need of industrial revolution. Education, we have education as per the requirement of industry, as per the requirement of the world. So it is very important to note that in our education system, peer-to-peer learning had to be focused. A student learning together and from each other. Teachers discharging the role of facilitator, that has become of prime importance. As a teacher, you are a facilitator. You are a wonderful facilitator. You try to facilitate. That is the rule. In a very positive manner, not in a negative manner. I will come to that. So what are the mandatory requirements? Education policies of our country mandate about improving a student outcome. You all are familiar with our NBA, NAC, and all these issues. We have been working for this in our institution, your institution. So student performance are important. Quality of teacher is very important. Quality of teacher is an important factor in determining the success rate of a student, and that is directly related to education, what do you call higher education? That is quality higher education. What do you feel? The predictors of teachers' quality have included several factors. Huh? We have many factors by which we assess the teacher. But my dear friends, I tell you, but the most or the less studied indicator in his or her career is, can you tell me what? Pedagogical knowledge. Pedagogical knowledge. What is happening? Today, a faculty has joined your department or your college, and tomorrow your principal is sending him or her to the class without looking into her background, his background, whether he or she is mentally prepared to go to the class tomorrow morning, whether he needs some orientation, whether he needs some induction, maybe one day or 1 week or 1 month, whether he or she has become familiar with your environment. These are very important. Having these things in the background, my dear friend, your Pharmacy Council of India has launched your CEP recently. Of course, in QIP we are doing it already, AICT QIP. But CEP, because why do I say write CEP? It was your 64th IPC when Professor Suresh nominated me as the chairman of CEP to formulate and propose some formula, and we had 2-3 meetings. I had some few members from I don't know what is the name. Viresham was there from Pune. Another fellow was there, and 2-3 members were there. We had 2-3 meetings. Then we resolved. Then we submitted to pharmaceutical, and ultimately it was. So it is all related to continuing education program, and that relates to your pedagogical induction, orientation. That is very important. We must have it. What exactly we mean by leadership in higher education? It is the interaction with variety of professionals. Today you are a teacher, you are meeting many students. Tomorrow you are a principal, you will meet many teachers, many guardians. A lot of it. What I mean is you have to interact with stakeholders. You can read at your own. I don't read it. Among all these things, we are having variety of leadership, but we are more concerned with transformational leadership, which directly relates to our academic leadership. This transformational and transactional leaders, you can read it. Transformational, I told you, directly relates with the academic leadership, is guided by 4 I's. 4 I's. Inspirational, motivation. Look into it. Introspect yourself, whether we have idealized influence, we must have intellectual stimulation. We stimulate intellectually, not in a sadistic manner. Individualized consideration. These are 4 important I's must be practiced. On the other hand, this transactional leadership was also very popular, but because why it was popular? Because it relates to giving reward, at the same time for no compliance punishment, but they keep followers motivated for short time. We want to keep our followers motivated throughout, not for short term. Then only you are a good academic leader. So, my dear friend, leadership style and behaviors, we need to understand what are the different approaches of leadership and behavior, which are directly associated with effectiveness in higher education. DIPSAR, I remember your one of your leader. I had opportunity to interact many a times. Your former principal. Your former principal. Do you remember? Yes, Wakday. So, tactical leaders focus more on the present. Strategic leaders focus more on the future. We need to become exemplary leaders. Exemplary leaders. envision the future. So, if you want to be an educational administrator, try to research on the position, knowledge of a skill, develop your soft skill. You have to develop a brand. You have to develop a brand and carefully consider your online presence. These days, online has become very important. Learn to work and manage people, which is very important in the life of administrator. You need to work and you need to, what you call, manage people. That is very important with the Sharad has come back. I was talking about Professor Agrawal, your former principal, So you need to have those kind of eyes, this kind of thing. They are inspirational personalities. That is what I was trying to highlight that. So ultimately, you need to build a strong CV, a strong CV. Publish, present, serve on committees, terminal degrees, text, find a mentor, volunteer for projects. Nobody is coming your doorway to give you something. You have to grab the situation. You have to grab the opportunity to develop your own skill. You have to develop your skill, and for that you need to volunteer. So most academic leaders, my dear friends, they all started as a faculty. You all are faculty. So you all are our tomorrow's academic leaders. I want to see you all tomorrow as our education leaders. That is what I wish for. So my dear friends, teach well. This is the primary job at the moment, what you are doing. That is very important. No cut short. No cut short. I remember a teacher in my life who told, with due regard, that, teaching is very easy. Go to the class 10, 15 minutes late, teach for 10, 15 minutes and leave the class 10, 15 minutes before. Don't take this kind of lesson from a teacher. You need to really win the heart of your student. That is very important. Then only it will give you good leadership. You have core leadership skill, institutional governance with vision, cooperation, lead by example, observe, reflect. So I think you will appreciate. Managers do things right. Managers are always right. But leaders do the right thing. You see the difference in these two statements. Managers do things right. Leaders do the right thing. We need to become leader. We need to become leader. I think all the time I am getting admit window. So can anybody admit? It is little disturbing.
Host is admitting, sir. Don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Managers see their role within an authority and reporting. Managers react and control risk. Managers seek and follow direction. They are different from leaders. They are different from leaders. However, all leaders need good managers to excel. I cannot be a good leader unless I'm having good manager around. So you need to understand people. You need to understand your managers. Institutional leadership and management are entirely different, but they are intertwined. That's why I have written management and leadership. And when we have a good amalgamation, good cohesive relationship, then only you serve the purpose of higher education. Leaders work on the system, not just in the system. Leaders create or seize opportunities. I told you, you have to grab the opportunity. Leaders challenge, change organizational rules. Leaders inspire and energize. You don't live for yourself. You live for thousands of people around. I live for my department. I live for my institution. You go and talk to my students, thousands of students all around in India and abroad. They are my best, what you call, they can give you the best feedback about me. So then only I will consider that whether I have justified my job or not. I should not sit in a corner and I should say that I did this, I did this. I don't need to say anything. Let my people, 1,010,000 people talk about me. What exactly I am, what I have done, whether I have done something good to them or I am very bad person. Let them say. Leaders coach and empower new leaders. You don't be sadistic. Don't keep everything within your. You have to take care of the future generation. Huh? Don't be this kind of person. You have to have generate good leaders. So it is important. The key leadership skill in higher education, you have to build relationship. You have to facilitate and empower others, and with all humor and happiness. Humor and happiness is very important part of our day-to-day life. And nobody likes a man with a, very savvy, what you call mood and depressed mood, all the time you should be vibrant. You need to be vibrant with all humor and happiness. That is important. Then only you can be a good facilitator. That is important. So we go to the 7S organizational framework, which is very important for a good leader. A strategy, a structure, a skill, your staff, the system, your style. Your style, I don't mean by the style that all the time you keep scolding on your staff and scolding your student, but everybody has his or her own style. And for that you are remembered after you leave the institution, after you retire, after you complete your tenure. So these are all shared values. 7S organizational framework. The keywords, they are all different kind of leadership. I told you earlier. Once again, it's a repetition. We are here. We are talking about academic leadership. A holistic process with many components. Institutional culture is very important. Strategic planning, leadership, institutional research, resource allocation. Resource allocation is very important. The most important resource allocation is finance. Finance, you need to manage finance, how to manage very efficient. From today only at 11:30 to 1:30, we had a meeting with our Vice Chancellor, and we had got a lot of very intense discussion. Finance management, research, and all these things. How to plan. We don't need to plan for 2020. We need to plan for 2025. Always 5 years ahead, my dear friend. Then only it will take you ahead. So all these things have to be there: financial management, personal management, all these student, campus, academic, any good campus is associated with this. And the moment you are associated with leading all these things, you have to have a good leadership control on all this. Impactful leadership is rarely about knowing everything. No, you don't think that I should know everything, all the right answers, or guessing the future. But you should know how to leave a legacy. And this legacy will come from those 3 P's: your policy, your practices, and your procedure. This may be a legendary figure because you all want to become a legendary figure for your institution. You should ask powerful questions, engage your colleagues, and over the long term, practicing and practicing every day, every month, every year, what will happen? You will change the institutional culture. When you change the institutional culture, you are a leader. You are a leader. That is what we call. We have certain characters and certain practices which are not desirable. That's why I say that they are They should not be practiced, and they lead to dissatisfaction. They lead to dissatisfaction. What are these? I think somebody has kept the mic unmuted. Aggressive management, bureaucratic attitude, lack of sensitivity, and non-participative approach. You see, I think very simple words. Everybody can understand what I mean. I will just explain aggressive, bureaucratic attitude. Many a times I have found in many institutions, the teacher professors, they behave like a bureaucrat. My dear friends, if at all you are in bureaucratic spirit, you should have joined those IAS and IPS cadre, and you should have sat in the secretariat and enjoying that 10, 20,000 people are waiting outside your chamber to meet you, and you are not meeting. But we teachers, we professors should not behave in that manner. Many a times I have seen, even in my department, in many institutions, professor is sitting inside his room, sipping a cup of tea, and 10 students are waiting outside. This is bad. We are not that kind of, we should not have that kind of attitude. Be open. Always be helpful to the student. Be helpful to your staff. That will make you very popular. So all these practices will lead to severe dissatisfaction and what you call stress. You don't leave any space that the stress should get in. If there is no leakage, you are living in the system, no stress, then why should we manage the stress? These days I am hearing here and there, stress management, course on stress management, lesson on stress management. My dear friend, why? Why you are leaving the stress to creep inside your life? Because why do they creep inside my life? It is due to our own habits. That is what we all, need to change. Dissatisfaction, a long list, failing to consult, not respecting existing values. I'll explain. Not respecting existing values. I tell you, suppose I have become a director of an institution. Today I have joined, and this institution is 50 years old. And today I have joined and I have started giving all good lecture that, what you people you are doing for last 50 years? It is like Jungle Raj. You see, do you think that the people who are working there for 10, 20, 30 years, and and today morning you have joined, you are saying that what they were doing for 30 years? You don't have any respect for the existing system. You don't have any respect for the people who have taken the institution, who have brought the institution from 50 years back to this position. That shows your mindset. And this mindset is very bad. You respect the existing values. Then you try to bring change, try to upgrade, try to renovate. That is what we mean. Undermining autonomy, another issue. Allowing the department and institution to drift. That's very hazardous. We should not. Being a policymaker, being a leader, we should never allow our department, our institution to drift. Sometimes our leaders have said, there was a vertical drift. What do you mean? What do you mean, man? What message you are giving? That kind of thing is not practical at all. So these are very important practices which lead to dissatisfaction for a leader. That is important. Effective leadership behavior includes your personal integrity, introducing change through consultation. Talk to your friends, talk to your people, talk to your alumni, all stakeholders, supporting the existing culture, flexibility in leadership approach, entrepreneurial. That is very enterprising. You have to be enterprising. Influencing organizational culture to support change. Influence the culture and bring your change in a very gradual manner. You are not Hitler. I don't want to become Hitler. I am a very simple teacher, my dear friends. From teacher, from a faculty, I'm going to emerge as a good leader. I tell you, and you all can do that. We all can do that. This is what I wanted to inculcate. This is what I wanted to bring into your mindset. Leading leaders who are leading leaders, who are smarter, whom you are leading? You are leading the smarter people, more talented, and sometimes more powerful. You see how difficult it looks at a glance? You need to lead a smart, talented, and more powerful people. You can do that. You can do that. Leaders at every level of the organization, not just position or charisma. Huh? Position, don't take the advantage of position that you are sitting behind the curtain and you can take a memo, you can give a memo, you can give a pink slip to the staff and you are terminated tomorrow morning and he is terminated. No, it is your will and a skill. You should have a strong will, intent, at the same time a skill. Keeping will is not enough unless you are properly a skill. That is important. University leaders build relations. Leaders and followers. You see, I have been talking so far about the leaders. Why we are forgetting for our followers? How can we become leaders unless we are having our own followers? It is very important. Leadership is a relational process. Only considering the leader constitutes a vast and incomplete view. So we must consider our, what you call, followers. We should know who are our followers. Do we know what their challenges are? Go look into from their perspective that what are their challenges? What are their, you talk to the, what you call, class 4 employees, talk to the non-teaching employees, talk to the junior colleagues, and look, try to understand what problem they have. What problem they have. Then you should have a patience, you should have a human touch, give human touch to them. And how will they define their success? You should know how your what is the meaning of success among your followers. It is not that you know how to define success. You should also inculcate this philosophy that what success is among your followers. Then only really it's a joint venture. It's a cumulative effect which will lead to give you success. So, friends, leadership is a relationship. The essence of leadership lies in compelling communication. Communication is very important. Very good communication, heart-to-heart communication, friendly communication, open communication. That doesn't mean that you cannot become a good leader. You should have this practice. Direction, negotiating with the vision. Integration, making stars into a team. Unless you integrate. Mediation, settling leadership conflicts. You need to have all this character. Education, teaching the educated. You are not teaching fools. You are teaching educated people. You are managing a smarter, powerful people. Motivation, you need to move in other leaders. Representation, leading externally. And most important, when you create trust, you capitalize your leadership. Once trust has been created about me, among my students, among my faculties, among my colleagues in my university, I'm a successful vice chancellor, I'm a successful head of department, and so on and so forth. So my dear friend, leadership is not to talk, not to be vocal, it is a contract, you need to sign it. Leadership is a decision, make it. It's a community, connect with. It's an obligation, a step up. It's very hard work, get tough. You understand? 4 important commitment, signing a contract. Effective leaders demonstrate high responsibility, but low control. They accept responsibility and don't pass the buck. share appreciation, lead by example, hire good people and let them do their job. I remember one story, there was some industry somewhere, and due to some technical failure or what, products were getting failed. So this one product failed. What happened? The CEO of the company came and explained that how our product got failed. I am very sorry. CEO said very sorry to the stakeholders. Next month, again product failed. Again CEO came that this month it happened like this. Again I have got a very bad face to show you. Please, I am saying. Third month product was successful. Product got through. This month CEO didn't come. CEO sent his junior colleague to announce that product has passed. You see the philosophy, you see the spirit. You see, CEO took the responsibility for all bad things, but he is the person who is sharing appreciation. He gave the opportunity to take the appreciation to his junior colleague. This is what a leader should behave like. So seek consensus, but make tough decisions. You have to take consensus. You have to be very sensitive in that manner, but you have to have tough decision. And it starts from this level. Arvind, from this level, then only you can go. I have few concluding questions. Do you see yourself as an academic leader or academic administrator? If yes, you see the answer. Have you thought about your vision of academic leadership? How do you define and frame power within that vision? What responsibility do leaders have to act as equity change agents? You all, the leaders, are equity change agents. What kind of equity change agents you want to become? You have to answer all these questions. Don't tell me, but you answer to yourself. And if you get the good answer, the proper answer, you are going to be a leader. Supporting colleagues interested in leadership. Senior leaders can be passionate about the institution and the opportunity to make positive difference. Be supportive but honest. Engage in frequent discussion about promote potential institutional leaders. Don't, what do you call, dominate, rather nurture. You need to nurture second category. You need to nurture second defense. Second line of defense, what I mean. So these are important. Provide opportunity for mentoring. If you are a, what do you call, principal or HOD or vice chancellor, place your colleagues on different committees. Take their opinion. Take them in confidence. Invite your colleagues to participate in different kind of projects. Why don't you invite them sometimes on dinner and lunch? I don't know. In this virtual, I cannot invite you, neither I can accept any invitation from you at the moment. But certainly, this is part of our game when we are having this kind of thing. Provide opportunities for coaching. Consider both formal, informal coaching. Invite respected senior leaders to act as advisors. Don't forget, whatever we are today, it is all due to my seniors, my ancestors. How can I forget my HOD who was here for 10, 15 years? I mean, under whom I worked, I learned many things. And all of a sudden, I have started saying that, no, Aham Brahmasmi. How can I become Brahm? I am nobody unless they are there. So respect them. That is important. I have conclusive remarks about policy, practice, and procedure. Ultimately, I landed with this. So your policy is important. What you practice and what procedure you have established, that makes you a legendary person. Your leadership legacy. How do you want to be remembered as a leader? Question. You ask yourself, what kind of leadership, what kind of leader you wanted to become? Choice is yours. And choice is yours, and it all depends upon your chosen profession. That's why I told you this discussion is equally important for other leaders also. We are going to take command in industry. I remember my student 20 years back, one of my student, I gave him a topic to discuss in seminar, and he came and he was shaken. He was shivering like, and he said, "Sir, I have never given seminar. I cannot, sir, I cannot talk. I cannot speak." I said, "Why? There are only 10 students, they are all your classmates, and I am a teacher. I meet every day. Why you are so much shaky?" "No, sir, no. The same boy 20 years back who was in this kind of, in one of my classroom at DIT Ranchi, became general manager in a company, and he came for a recruitment in my campus, and I asked him, how you are feeling now? He said, that afternoon changed my life, sir. Today I am controlling 5,000 employees in my company. So, my dear friend, this kind of confidence, this kind of feeling you have to have. So, please be a lifelong learner. Leaders, faculty, you need to be a lifelong learner with good quality practices. That is very important. With the help of continuing education, enhancing your professional practices, and ultimately we all need to support our career goals. Keeping our ego apart, my dear friends. Ego is a wonderful issue, wonderful component in our life. And this is an equation given by a great mathematician. Jokingly, I am saying that ego is inversely proportional to knowledge. More ego, less knowledge. More knowledge, less ego. Choice is yours, my dear friends. So project your career path, whether you have got a short-term path or a long-term path. Where do you see yourself down the line? 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, and you have to work. You have to start work. I tell my students in 5th semester, 3rd year, what is your planning? You have to go abroad, you have to work in India, you have to go in industry. You have to start. There is no time, no fun. Be serious from this moment only. So it is all important, and that everything what I'm telling you, it all relates to our quality. Quality is something like charity. Charity, you know the proverb, charity begins at home. And quality begins from within. I tell you, many a times I have told my student, I can extrapolate your quality if you take me to your hostel room. The way you have kept your hostel room mismanaged or managed, I will extrapolate your quality. Are you getting my point? So quality begins from within. That is, quality is something like, which is a ratio of our performance and our stakeholder expectation. If you are a teacher, if you are a faculty, if you are a what you call leader, you have got not many stakeholders. Your performance matters. You are a teacher, your teaching matters. So you have to give wonderful performance to increase the quality. Numerator is high, quality will be high. If then, are you going to point? So this is the equation which is serving, which is working, interplaying in our day-to-day life also. These are the three pillars, of our quality. That is outcome, structure, and process. It is a different word of the same thing. Our policy, practices, and procedure. So the same thing, it all relates to quality practice. Once you understood the spirit of quality, probably you will be the firm practitioner of quality. Whether it is research, no plagiarism. Whether it is teaching, no cut short. We need to explain, we need to do everything. These days we are doing a lot of online teaching. I feel online teaching is tougher than what you call offline teaching, what we are doing in the class, because we feel that how to give a solution in the glass of a student who are sitting all in Assam, Orissa, and Bengal, and I'm teaching through online mode. I don't know what is happening. So, my dear friends, practice, education, and regulation. It's dynamic relationship between practice, education, and regulation. Any little incoordination leads to tension, dissatisfaction, and frustration. I hope you understand. The picture is self-explanatory. That is important. Here I bring few important pedagogical concepts because I have been told I am talking to teachers. And teachers cannot survive unless you teach well. For teaching well, you need to have good concept. I am not going to explain what is the meaning of pedagogy. It's the art of teaching, correct practices of teaching strategies. All you know it. What is teaching, how best to teach, how to teach, what to teach. All these questions should come to your mind. And fighting with 6 watts and 2 house. I have given this presentation many times in many places. Very common, very big for beginners. What is teaching? What is the purpose of teaching? What is process of teaching? How best to teach? How to assist? That's why we have 6 watts and 2 house. Teaching is an art. Everybody believes it. It is not reproducing the thing from book. You should have this kind of communication through your message that it should leave impact on the audience. And it should bring some behavioral change. Then you are successful. Teaching flows. It is flow of thought. It is a continuous process. Teacher and taught development is mutual and vice versa. Don't think that only your students are benefited by your teaching. My dear friends, we are also benefited by our students. The moment when a student joins our postgraduate program, I declare that no more spoon feeding. I will teach you, you teach me. Why? This is how I make him or her to read and read. And when he and she are reading, what they are bringing to me, I'm also getting benefited. This is the result of our mutual. This is called mutual and vice versa. My dear friends, you are a teacher, and teacher has to play so many roles of mentor, facilitator, teaching role model, lecturer, all these things. You are a multi-actor. You are not a mono actor. Teaching is not the only job. You are an ideal person. Your students are going to follow you. They are going, the way you walk, the way you explain, the way you look, everything is being copied by your student. It is being copied by your staff. If you are a leader, I'm trying to equate faculty and leadership. That is what I'm. So you need to be a multi-actor, having good communication, open mind, flexible attitude, and good guidance to mentee. We are all mentors. You all are mentors. The students are your mentee. You have to give them wonderful mentoring. How can you give? Unless we confirm our own good practices. Yeah. Suppose you are having some bad habits. How can you advise others that you don't do that? First of all, you will have to clarify your hurt. That is important. Always answer, honest answer, approachable. Be approachable. I told you are not an IAS official. Many times I see sometimes, professor is sitting in room and 10 students are waiting. I told you this example. I feel very bad, I feel what are you thinking, man? Why don't you come and ask, what is the problem, my dear friends? Why you don't have the class? Many times I have seen students are waiting in the class and teacher didn't go to the class. In many institutions, students came back to the department and he is waiting to talk to the teacher, and teacher is, this kind of teacher, probably I don't know what is their aims and objective. So please don't be one among them. You should have good listening skill. Good listeners are very good as speakers as well. You must have. You must give patient hearing. And one more thing, very important. Learn how to appreciate. Leaders are supposed to look into their own faults, but appreciate others. Appreciation is very important. You appreciate. If you don't appreciate the food prepared in your house by your spouse, your mother, your wife, your children, you see what kind of music is there? That is very important. So this kind of appreciation we require everywhere in our life. Permit two-way process. You must have empathy. Empathy is different from sympathy. Empathy is share your feelings and understand others' emotions. Empathy, practicing empathy is more difficult than practicing sympathy. So let us practice empathy. That is a real human touch. Really, we must have realistic expectation and good organizational skills. They are all excellent teacher and practitioner. You should be enthusiastic about teaching. Decide many a times in QIP program, I have asked my young teachers who are 30 plus years old or something like this, what's your aim? No, sir, actually, I'm trying for a job in Ahmedabad. For the time being, I have taken a teaching, then probably you will not justify, my dear friend. You have to be a committed. So you don't take it as a pastime. So please let me know in the beginning whether it is a pastime or you are really serious about teaching. And if you are very serious about teaching, I will try to carve the path for your teaching and making you good leader tomorrow. You should have good learning technique, good empower to mentee and help mentee, etc., etc. You should be on the helm of affair, take decision, provide leadership, all these things. Leadership. What is leadership? Technically, what do you call? Literally, it's an art of persuasion, not domination. If you become a leader, it doesn't mean that you start dominating. You are not a what do you call, dictator. You are a persuader. You have to pursue. Persuasion. Persuasion gives better results than domination. Pre-lecturing, pulse of the class, all these things you need to know. Good teachers have pedagogical skill to implement, reflective skills, communication and collaboration. Collaboration, my dear friends, this is the age of collaboration. If for research, you don't think sitting in one corner that you know everything you can do, everything sitting in DIPSAR campus. No. Join hands. Multi-centric approach, that is very important, whether in India or abroad. Join hands with the people, and that will give you wonderful result. Wonderful result. I have practiced with little of my knowledge, with little of my experience with regard to many of our seniors. I have practiced and I have found I have got really wonderful result after collaborating, after joining hands. Don't be ambiguous, be perfect, and of course, these hostile, you don't need to be hostile, etc. That is important. This golden triangle is important to look at. Learning outcome, teaching and learning activity and assessment. You are above all these things. You have to justify whether the spirit of golden triangle is served or not. That you can understand yourself. No assessor, no appraiser. Even if I sit into your class today, when I'm sitting into your class, you are teaching something else. To tomorrow, you are in a different habit. No, you have to understand yourself. That is important. So, if you wanted to manage your class time, it is something like they're all theoretical things. How practically we know. But many times what happens? We have only chalk and talk. We go to the class, we start writing and talking and we don't think about a student, what is going to happen on these poor chaps. No, lecturing should be 60-70%, 60% theoretically. You give time to think, to interact. While interacting, you will understand your student. That will help you. That they will get some help. They will be able to interact. It is very important. The students feel that somebody should talk to them, heart to heart. That's why we have got a mentor-mentee relationship. For 10 students, we have got a mentor. But how sincerely they are doing, that is none of, we don't understand. So what the students retain ultimately after your class, we should know. I think you are all aware about all these good teachers, so-called in your book, Greece from Europe. Today we have Erasmus Mundus, wonderful fellowship, which are given in European universities, Erasmus Mundus, Rome, all these Montessori, many of people, This school is based upon Montessori. What is Montessori? Montessori was a great teacher, great educator. So why don't you get inspired by these teachers? Innovative methods. I hear and I forget. I see and I believe. I do and I understand. Means I do and I understand. It is called kinesthetic teaching. Kinesthetic, performing something, that is important. Syndicate teaching, it is a big topic. I tell you, I have gone through many chapters. Syndicate, if you launch a problem, if you give a problem to one student, getting answer from him or her, the chances is 10, 20, 30%. But if you launch a problem among 5 students, getting answer, the chances of getting answer is very high. This is called syndicate method of. So practice all these things. If there is willingness to change, there is hope for progress in any area. You can become vice chancellor. You can become vice chancellor tomorrow, I tell you. Whether I will be here or not, I will be here, hopefully. God bless me. And please communicate with me who became principal, who became vice chancellor, maybe in next 5 years, 10 years time. A teacher should have high level of knowledge, a skill in teaching as far as possible. As far as possible, I add from my side. All of a sudden, I cannot drink the what you call this heavenly liquid. But the thing is, we should have something like this. But most important, positive disposition, values, and be positive. Don't discourage people. Encourage people. If somebody has come with one piece of publication, appreciate. Many sadistic people I have seen, they don't appreciate. Oh, okay. It is not a good paper. You try to publish in good news. What is wrong? Why don't you appreciate? If you appreciate with 2 words, probably tomorrow he is going to publish in a good journal and good paper. But we are not Raja Ram Mohan Rai. You are not Raja Ram Mohan Rai. He could not control the society. He could not reform the society. Where do I belong? So, my dear friends, reflect. This is called teaching reflection. Teaching a skill, teaching model, teaching relationship. So, it is a reflection. This reflection should be shine. It all depends upon our relationship, our model, our skill. Nothing individual. No single factor will give you satisfaction. It's a reflection of all these different components. And it is not true only under pedagogy. It is true for those. That's why I have interconnected leadership with pedagogy. See, if you take the, what you call, calculate sigma effect for the whole class, you may have a plot like this. For a small group, I told you, for a small group, 5 students, 3 students, you have a better performance. And maybe 4. So now here you are in this kind of class, you have to think that how to justify your teaching. Whether you can give all high-tech things which can be understood only by one individual or a group of people, or you have to give something which can help this group, which can help with this group and this group, then only you can achieve double sigma. So faculties have got a lot of challenges. They need to keep updated. They need to every day cleanse their personal integrity with time management. I'm not going to repeat. These are all different things I have taken from different, some NBA. I mean, you are all familiar with Bloom's taxonomy. Many of you must have undergone NBA, etc. There are all these things adds to our teaching. What you call a skill, synthesis, evaluation, what kind of question you are asking, whether all these things. The net effect is we teach not to produce little living libraries on a subject, but rather to get the students to think mathematically for themselves, to consider matter as a historian does, to take part in process of knowledge getting. Knowing is a process, not a product. So, my dear friends, you develop competence. Develop competence. And to develop competence, we may not be very well equipped. We need training. And training needs, in order to achieve competence, we need training. I hope you understand training. It's a process to provide and develop knowledge, a skill and behavior to meet requirements. We need to undergo training for all these components. Then we develop competence. What is competence? Demonstrated ability to apply knowledge, skill, and behavior. You undergo this. All of you are undergoing this QIP training, QIP program. Certainly, when you go back to your institution, you are taking many things. Many things. So naturally, that is going to add to your competence. This is governed by 5 years theory. Sorting out systematic speak and spin, serene atmosphere. I don't think a crowded place in Delhi or any other city, pharmacy college should, there I should say serene atmosphere. Serene atmosphere, BIT Mesra, we are sitting in a serene atmosphere. But everywhere we cannot think of. But very ideal situation. With ample common sense. But my dear friends, common sense is something which is very uncommon. That is what we call common sense is something which is very uncommon. So we need to give some good training. And for this training, we should understand what are our existing skills and what are our required things. So training needs analysis is a tool to identify the gap. We have to understand our gap as a teacher, as a leader. This gap is something like this. We have existing thing, we have expected. What are the things we need to add individually, as a group, as an organization? When we have got a good bridge, this is called training. You develop this bridge, you compensate it, then you can justify the expected. So this is how we have existing and expected things, and after that you develop your skill depending upon maybe existing 2% of faculty give seminars. If this is the situation as on date in my institution, what we are expecting, every faculty should give a seminar. So we have got a gap. How to encourage our faculty to give seminar? This is what we need. Similarly, we have 6% of faculty are competent to take up the challenge. You see, in a class, in an institution of 100, only 6 are ready to take the challenge. How can I run the institution? 94 are shrugging off their responsibility. So to enhance professional competency among all faculty members, we need to work out. You are a leader, you are a teacher, you are a pedagogue, all these things, in a different form, multi-actor. So you need to develop some mechanism, some policy, some procedure to get this 94 among this group. If not 94, at least this 6 should be 96. Leave 4%, we cannot change we cannot bring absolute change. But certainly we can bring change. Here, I introduced this MetaMind training is very wonderfully working for personal and professional excellence. If you practice, and this MetaMind training is a behavioral training. It's a behavioral science which provides philosophy, model, and framework for personal and professional excellence using psycho-neuro-happyology. It will make you happy. These are the 5 spirits of MetaMind training. You see, they are all about productive, enduring, habitual, holistic, and contributing. How do you feel? How do you think? What do you say? What you do? These values are very important. Means each word which is coming from our mouth is important, very important. What we are doing is very important. The key to unlocking our potential is continuous effort. Every day, every moment, you have to put best effort. Not the strength or intelligence. Being intelligent is not the answer of the problem. It is important. Your voice, speed, tone, body language, it is important. Visual, you believe in seeing things. Auditory, you believe in hearing things. Kinesthetic, I told you earlier. Seeing as well as doing. Kinesthetic is a teaching, learning style in which learning takes place by a student activity carrying out physical activity. Means doing something. So this is a bigger picture. Employee or a student is your skill, performance, and ultimately organizational. So we start climbing up the ladder, and ultimately we look to the success of our institution, success of our company, success of our what you call leaders. Your knowledge, goals, emotive control, cognitive delivery style. These are all different what you call components. Knowledge, you should be a knowledgeable person. And how to acquire knowledge? These are the methods to acquire knowledge. You see, goals should be perfect goals. These days we are calling smart goals. We should know what exactly we are saying, what you are saying, and how it is going to give impact. Smart goals, I told you, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time. Everybody is having goals, but the goals must be smart. That is important. Everything should be smart. You know a smartphone, you know a smart this, you know. Why? Our teaching cannot be smart. Our practices cannot be smart. We need to be smart. So you need to have a lot of emotive connect, relevant, irrelevant, well-timed. That is a rapport and influence. Your personality, your personal rapport is going to create a lot of influence. Win their heart. Win their heart. Whose heart? Your employee. Establish credibility through indirect suggestion. Many times we don't give direct suggestion to our children also. So always be indirect advisor. Let them think, let them introspect, they will renovate. Cognitive, application oriented, give some application based, logical, sensible, relevant, all these real examples, probably it will work. These are all cognitive, means cognition, cognitive connect. You develop this connect with your student, with your employee, with your staff, even with your family, my dear. Ultimately, our aim is to win their heart. Whose heart? You know better. Our delivery style is very important. Visual, auditory, kinesthetic. I told you in the previous slide. Your voice, speed and tone. Earlier in our BIT, what we are doing, we are assessing our new recruited, inducted teachers. What is their body language, how they are writing, what is their release, that, so many things. We had got a formal induction program, body language, etc., etc. These are all theoretical things, everything. And friends, it is important. This mind map, we must have a good mind map to achieve our goal. We have 10 accelerated learning keys. What is the bigger picture? With positive emotion, relaxed attention, multi-intelligences, clear goals, no negative things, all these things, structural learning, all these different things, good relationship, all these things, trainer, these are all different. So we should have jack of all, a lot of information at one place. And ultimately we'll find this is a neuro-linguistic programming. It is a part of MetaMind training, 3 groups of people and their share in population. 35% visuals. The population, our population, 35% are visuals. Means they believe that they can, they believe only when they see. They 25% auditories. They understand only when they listen. Kinesthetic 40%. Means they feel, act on what they feel, get more information from touch, emotion, get instinct and hunches. love to touch people and think. Means understanding by doing. Very simple word. So you have mental maps, preferred mode of thinking. This is a what you call this picture has been taken from a website, which is the what you call for hypology. I told you metamine management, of course. So this is how we understand, and I feel that you all are familiar. That I don't want to become a mediocre. I don't want to become a good. I don't want to become a superior. Rather, we should try to become great teachers, inspirer. We should, our students should take some inspiration. Then only you are a good teacher, good leader. That is true. So the great teacher inspires. You be among them. But again, I tell you, friends, what I told you, very hurriedly, cutting many descriptive slides, and of course, exceeding the time limit given by the coordinators of your QIP. I'm sorry. Ultimately, what happens, taking all these things are not easy. It is not easy in the sense because whenever we place a new rule or new philosophy in institution, in home, anywhere, a lot of resentment. Your principal have set some rules. Everybody will deny, oh, kya bakwas, this is bad, this is this, So what happens in all these practices, in all these procedures, policy, procedure. When you make a policy and procedure, lot of resentment, denial. You are a leader, you have to face all this. But I tell you the success cycle. After some time, what will happen? This denial will convert into confusion. Your followers will be little confused. And after that, the third stage is renewal. They will renew. Sir was saying right. Principal साहब ठीक ही कर रहे थे. ऐसा होना चाहिए. इससे ये है, इससे ये है. Whole thing will. This is a a paradigm shift. You can think of what happened to all these people. On 1st of August, they were talking like this, and on 30th of August, they are talking like this. You can feel. So after renewal, what will happen? Contentment, satisfaction. You are a successful leader. You are a successful leader. And there also. So this is a plot, a stress with time. That is important, my dear friends. So it is a very difficult job. I told you within 1 hour, some few odd minutes, but it is very difficult job. It is very difficult to become a teacher because I don't know how many can deserve to be a teacher having so many things in our, we are a big tree, a strong, upright moral. Our moral must be a strong, upright moral. We should have very firm grip, helping hands, encouraging hands, guiding hands, holding hands. X-ray vision. Teacher should have 3 eyes, 2 here, 4 eyes, 2 here, 2 here, and 2 on the back. So it is not very easy, my dear friends, but when you have taken this challenge to become a teacher, you take the challenge, you practice, you try to develop your own legendary figure, you try to become a legendary figure in your institution, and tomorrow you are going to become a good leader. That is what I wish. I wish for each one of you in whatever hierarchy cadre you are working, assistant professor, associate professor, or principal, or whatsoever. You please develop, groom yourself, and touch the zenith. That is what I wish for. You are most welcome sometime to Birla Institute of Technology, Ranchi. I'm here. I'll be happy to welcome you. It's a very big campus, 800 acres, having 17 departments, 14 big hostels, each hostel having 300 rooms, and a lot of curriculums, etc. So I'll be happy to meet you. Please, I welcome you all to BIT Mesra. This is our small department, a separate building, Department of Pharmaceutical Sciences, where we have been working. Labs are open all the time. Our students are working. Of course, since March 19th, we are badly disturbed. Our scholars are really, they have born, our strengths, our compounds, everything is all, I don't know what will happen. But anyway, let us hope so. Tomorrow will come. Tomorrow signing morning will come. You are most welcome. Thank you. Thank you so much. If I can be of any help, please, I'll be happy to answer your queries. I'll be happy to answer your question. Maybe you can communicate with me at this time. Thank you. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Yeah, it was a really mind-blowing session, sir.
Thank you.
In the chat box, I was looking that many participants are sending many appreciative comments for you. Some words which people have used in this chat box, I would like to mention them. That this was a unique session. This was an eye-opening session, excellent session, motivating, informative, transformational. All these words have been used for this particular session, sir.
Thank you.
We are really thankful to you for conveying all these ideas to us. Now this session is open for interactions. I would like to start with Professor Vakode, sir.
Okay, welcome. Sharad.
Professor Vakode, sir, please.
No, thank you very much, sir, for a wonderful session. And you have done a gist of almost 1 day pedagogy seminar in 1 hour 20 minutes only.
Yes, you have given a very tough job to me. I know. I'm so happy when my students teach me a lot. I am proud of my students. You are one among them, Sarad. I'm happy.
We are very lucky to have a teacher like you. Thank you very much, sir. Ren Gupta sir is also there. I think he has also joined.
Yes. Dr. Gupta has joined. Yeah, right.
And we are very lucky that we have got teachers like you, and we are trying to follow your footsteps.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Dr. Gupta sir, would you like to say something, please?
Yes, very important session. Thanks to Dr. B.M. Sinha for giving motivational and some interesting to all faculty members.
Thank you, boss.
Faculty development program.
Dr. Gupta is my boss. Thank you, boss.
No, this is faculty development program.
Yes.
Such type of motivational speech is required to faculty members so that they will also propagate this message to their students, because some of them will become teacher. So it is required for all of us. Thank you very much, Dr. Sinha, for giving motivational lecture. It is required. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thanks to the organizer, Dr. Ramesh, Dr. Pathak, and Dr. organizer for arranging this faculty development program in this COVID atmosphere through online. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Dr. Sarat.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for very motivational, interesting.
Okay. Yes, madam. Thank you.
Sir. To become from a good teacher to a good leader.
Yes. that is my strategy.
Very impressive lecture, sir.
Yeah.
Very much impressed. And you must have listened the comments of our delegates.
Yes. I got your comments as well. Yeah. Really, thank you so much. Let us be in touch. Let us be in touch, and of course we can.
Thank you, Dr. Sinha, sir.
Yeah, please.
It was a nice listening to you after a long time, and we will certainly transform ourselves.
Okay, who is talking?
Bodla sir.
Hello. Oh, Ramesh ji is there. Ramesh ji. Oh, good. Ramesh ji, our old friend. Very good. Ramesh, all well, Ramesh?
Right, sir. All well, sir.
Okay, thank you. God bless you.
Yeah, Dr. West, can we take up a couple of questions from the audience, please?
Why not?
Yes, no problem. I'll be happy.
Okay, so the session is open for interactions now. If delegates want to ask any questions, they can unmute themselves raise their hands, we will unmute them and they can ask the questions. Please. Yes, are there any questions from the audience?
Topic was so described nicely by sir.
Yeah, again, sir, there is one. Yeah,
Motivate the
there
teachers.
is one request from the audience that if you can, yeah, please, sir.
Just
No,
unmute.
sir, please continue.
If you can unmute other people also, I think they might not have been unmuted. Because of that, they may not be able to ask.
Okay.
Mute all.
Okay, I'm unmuting. Okay, I'm unmuting all then. Ask all to unmute. And then okay, if there are any questions, you can please ask us. Sir, there is one request from the audience. They have asked whether you can share this very nice presentation that you have prepared.
I think you must have recorded.
Yes.
Yeah, it has been recorded. Yes.
YouTube, it will be available for all the delegates. Also access it and forward it to other friends also, so that they can be also benefited out of it.
As you feel, no problem.
Right. Yeah. Thank you. Okay.
Sir, the recording of the session is available on YouTube.
Okay.
We'll send you.
Right.
Anyway, you can send me a copy also. You can send a copy to me also.
Yeah. Okay.
Anything else? Any other question or any query, etc.? Otherwise, I will leave.
Yeah, just a minute, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Can we go for felicitation? Yeah.
Yes.
Please.
Okay.
Thank you, sir, for your kind and inspirational session. Now, I would like to request Dr. C.R. Patil, sir, to kindly felicitate Dr. Sinha and ask Manju Vyas ma'am to kindly share each second.
Okay. Respected Dr. B.N. Sinha, sir, it is really a pleasure to listen to you for almost 1.5 hours. And it was really a mind-blowing session. We all at DIPSAR and DIPSAR and the entire DIPSAR family, we are really thankful to you for such a nice presentation and enlightening the entire audience, group of teachers who are attending this QIP regarding the leadership qualities and the efforts that they have to take up. So on the behalf of the QIP team, directors of DIPSAR and DIPSAR and Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, I take this privilege to hand over this e-certificate to you, sir. Kindly accept it as a token of our reverence to you and our heartfelt thanks to you for giving such a nice session.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, sir.
Nice to have this. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Madam Vyas.
Yeah.
Sharad, Dr. Patil.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
I don't know whether Professor Pathak was connected. I don't know whether he was.
He was there for a few times.
He was there for some time. Okay. Anyway, convey my regards to Professor Pathak.
Sir, we'll convey.
Sure, Professor Goel as well. Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay, Ramesh. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
okay.
Thanks a lot, sir. Thanks a lot.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Anushma?
Yes, ma'am.
Announce for tomorrow's session. All the delegates will join.
Okay. Thank you all the delegates for joining today's session. Now we will be ending our day 2 session here, and and I will be inviting all of you for tomorrow's session, which will be starting at sharp 10 o'clock. So I will be requesting all of you to kindly join prior to 5 minutes for commencing the session on time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you,
Bye,
everyone.
everyone. Yeah. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you.
Dr. Patil for chairing the session.
Yeah, thanks a lot, man. Thanks for giving this opportunity.
Dr. Patil, a big thank you to you for chairing the session.
Yeah, thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks for this favor, actually.
It has added a flavor to the session.
Yeah, thanks a lot, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.
Very nicely. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone.